I'm Katie Stone Perez, and I've worked at Xbox for 18 years.
So first question, why should a parent choose this camp over other camps?
Yeah, so I've had the opportunity to be involved with Girls Make Games for several years and get to witness what happens in camp. So when my daughter was finally old enough to go to camp, it was an instant decision for me. The creativity that the kids get to experience at camp is just amazing. I think that with Girls Make Games, it's not just about kids learning about video game development and getting to play games. It's about learning to see themselves as creators. And that's what's so amazing in this camp. But they have to do it too as a team. And I think that team collaboration is one of the most important skill sets that we need to work on our kids today and set them up for success for the future. And that's really where Girls Make Games shines, because these kids are coming together and they have ideas on what they want their video game to be and what they want to do for themselves. But then they have to work together as a team and think about how that game is really going to be cohesive and how it's going to include every vision. And also, what are they going to have to do for those players? And so it really is a great opportunity for kids to get to experience creativity, collaboration, and empathy. So I joined Xbox in 2001 as a video game tester, and my background was actually in child psychology, and so I got to come into Xbox and help see the amazing power that video games can have and how they can unite people. And over the course of the last 18 years, I've got to see this company evolve and grow, and I've got to see that change not only from who's actually working on the games that we are making, but also the inclusion of so many more people within the gaming industry as players. And gaming really is something that's for everyone, and I think as an industry we've really come a long way at recognizing and starting to be inclusive of all those players and gamers. Video games have always been a core part of my life. From when I was a little girl getting to play video games with my brothers and sitting for hours, or sleepovers where I'd fall asleep and I'd have the controller in my hand as my mom would walk in and we'd fake that we were asleep, all the way up through, you know, starting my own family and now getting to game with my kids. So gaming has always been a huge part of my life. And for me, it's been amazing to get to see the breadth of games that we now have coming into the industry. I think when you have so many more creators getting to tell their stories and being authentic to themselves, it creates just an amazing opportunity for gamers to get to go in and get to find things that really speak to them. Most of my favorite games are actually developed by small indie studios and by small creators, and I love that we now have an industry that really supports that vision and creativity. So even though I grew up playing video games, I really didn't recognize that there was an opportunity to go into game development. And even when I found out that I was gonna be coming to interview at Microsoft right when they were creating the first Xbox, I was really worried because I envisioned that everybody who worked in a game like Xbox and at a company like that was super hardcore, and I didn't consider myself a gamer even though I played a lot of games. And so I think it's amazing that we're starting as an industry to really recognize and include all of the different voices, and it's important that we recognize them as not only players but also that we make sure that the teams that are making this content are inclusive of those voices as well. So I think the biggest thing is to have faith and recognize in yourself that you have a story that is unique and needs to be told. And there are going to be hard roadblocks along the way. You know, a lot of times you'll stand up and you'll watch someone on stage talk about their career and tell you all of the highlights and the good parts. But they struggled too. There were moments where they probably felt like giving up, and there were moments where they felt like a failure. And the reality is that it's all a learning process and it's all a journey. So I would just say, believe in yourself and recognize the value of your voice, and you can do this, and the world needs to hear what you have to say. To parents out there, I can understand how it might seem really different to have your daughter want to go away to a 3-week girls video game development class. But the reality is that your daughter is going to have one of the most amazing experiences of her life and learn to see herself as a creator. I think what we all want for our kids is for our kids to feel empowered and that they're going to do something that they love and make a difference in. And that's what Girls Make Games teaches. And I think that the video game industry in general has such a passion for creativity, and technology is so empowering that it's a great foundation to give your kids and to consider. To parents who have a daughter considering going into video game development, I just want you to know what an amazing industry it is. I've had an opportunity to be in the industry for 18 years now, and I have gotten to see so much creativity and inspiration and things coming to life. And I think there's a real sense of empowerment when you work with technology. And I think as a parent, we all want our children to grow up feeling satisfied and that they're making a difference and that they are empowered. And I think the technology industry, and especially the video game industry, can really give that to kids.